Take a breath, let it settle low in your belly, the way a stone settles into still water. Feel your feet against the ground beneath you, not pushing, not straining, just resting there with their full weight. This is where everything begins, not in the summit you cannot yet see, but in the single point of contact between you and the earth right now. The warrior's path was never about the leap, it was about the step. In the winter of 1612, Miyamoto Musashi was not yet the legend we know. He was a man who had survived 60 duels, yes, but survival is not mastery. He knew this. So he withdrew to a cave in the mountains of Kyushu, and there he began a practice that would define the rest of his life. Each morning, before dawn, he would take his sword and perform a single cut. One cut, perfectly executed with complete attention, as if his life depended on that moment alone. Then he would sit. Then he would repeat, not 100 cuts, not until exhaustion. One cut done completely. His students, when they finally found him years later, asked why he did not train harder, longer, more intensely. Musashi looked at them the way you might look at someone who mistakes noise for music. He said, 1,000 cuts done while thinking of the 1,001st cut is worth less than one cut done as if it were the only cut in the world. This is the method that built empires of inner discipline. This is what the samurai understood that we have forgotten. The mountain is not climbed by those who stare at the peak until their necks ache. It is climbed by those who give their full presence to the stone directly beneath their foot. There was a young swordsman named Jubei who came to study under the master Yaju Munenori. Jubei was talented, hungry, relentless. On his first day, he asked how long it would take to achieve mastery. Munenori said 10 years if you practice daily. Jubei, eager to impress, said he would practice twice as much, morning and night, without rest. Then 20 years, Munenori replied. Jubei, now confused, said he would devote every waking moment to the sword. Then you will never master it, the teacher said, and walked away. Jubei sat with this for 3 days. On the 4th day, he understood. The practice was not about accumulation. It was about presence. One cannot be present in a moment one is trying to escape, and intense training, done to reach some future state, is simply a way of fleeing the present. So Jubei began again. Each morning, he would enter the dojo and stand in kami, the ready stance, for as long as it took to feel his breath move freely, his shoulders release, his mind settle into his body. Some days this took 5 minutes, some days it took an hour. Only then would he lift his sword, only then would he take a single step and execute a single technique with the attention of someone defusing a bomb. Within 3 years, he was teaching others. The monks of Mount Hiei had a practice called the Kaihijio, the 1,000-day challenge. To complete it, a monk must walk a specific route around the mountain, roughly 30 kilometers, every day for 100 days. Then 200 days. Then, if he survives, a full 1,000 days over 7 years. The practice is so demanding that participants are required to carry a rope and a knife, the traditional tools for ritual suicide, in case they cannot complete the journey. But here is what the records do not emphasize. The monks were not focused on the 1,000 days. They were focused on the single step, the next step. There is a teaching they pass down when you are climbing the mountain. Do not think of the summit, think of your foot. When your foot feels steady, think of your breath. When your breath feels steady, think of your foot again. This is not poetic language. This is instruction. The mind that reaches for the distant goal while ignoring the present step is a mind at war with itself. And a mind at war with itself cannot climb anything because half of it is always somewhere else. You have felt this. You have set a goal, imagined the outcome, felt the surge of motivation, and then found yourself 3 days later staring at the ceiling, the goal now a weight rather than a direction. This is because you tried to swallow the mountain whole. The samurai did not make this error. They understood that transformation is not an event. It is a quality of attention brought to the smallest repeatable action. Musashi, in his final years, wrote the Dakodo, his solitary path. One of the precepts reads, "Do not seek pleasure for its own sake." Another reads, "Do not regret what you have done." These are not moral commands. They are technical instructions. Seeking pleasure pulls you out of the step you are taking. Regret pulls you into the step you already took. Both remove you from the only place where power actually exists, which is here now in the unremarkable present. The method, then, is not complicated. It is this. Identify the smallest action that points in the direction you wish to go. Make it so small that you could do it even on your worst day. Then do it with the attention you would give to a life or death moment. Do not do it to finish it. Do it to inhabit it. Then stop. The next day, repeat. Not because repetition leads to the goal, but because repetition is the goal. The transformation happens in the quality of attention, not in the accumulation of actions. A warrior sharpening his blade does not think, "I must sharpen this blade 1,000 times to make it perfect." He sharpens it. Once completely, then again, then again. The perfection is in the sharpening, not in some final state of sharpness that will one day be reached and maintained forever. There is no such state. There is only the practice of sharpening, done with presence or done while dreaming of something else. This is why the small step is not a compromise. It is not training wheels, it is the method. The large leap is seductive because it feels like progress. But the large leap requires you to become someone you are not yet. The small step requires only that you inhabit who you are completely for a single moment, and then do it again. There is a story, likely apocryphal, of a student who asked his teacher how to develop an unshakable mind. The teacher handed him a cup of water filled to the brim and told him to carry it across the courtyard without spilling a drop. The student, focused entirely on the cup, walked slowly, carefully, and succeeded. The teacher then told him to do it again, but this time while thinking about his destination. The student spilled the water within 3 steps. "Your mind is the same," the teacher said. "When it is here, it is unshakable. When it is elsewhere, even while your body moves forward, you have already fallen." So the question is not, what great thing can I accomplish? The question is, what small thing can I do today as if it were the only thing, not as preparation for something else, not as a step toward a future self, but as the entire practice complete in itself. Musashi's one perfect cut, Jubei's one grounded breath, the monk's one steady step. These are not metaphors, they are the method. And tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you begin the rush, choose one small action. Make it smaller than feels significant. Then do it as if your life depended on the quality of your attention in that moment, not the outcome, the attention, then let it go. The next day, repeat. The mountain does not care how you feel about it. It only responds to your feet. If you found this video valuable, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and leave a like. Until next time, remember action, not outcome. Presence, not accumulation. See you in the next video.